if you look at this map, he was visiting churches that already existed all the way up here. So think about it. He went to visit churches. He was writing letters to churches that he hadn't seen yet. So clearly Christianity had already spread. And just those first 2 or 3 years after Jesus' death, there was an immense amount of enthusiasm. So other missionaries had already traveled that road. Right. So in Antioch, the believing community, which Acts refers to as Christians, supports Paul and Barnabas in their missionary activities. So Barnabas and Paul traveled together, and here the Christians support Paul and Barnabas. So
Hmm.
again, that's Acts 11:19 to 26. So the early church would not have supported Paul if his teachings were a radical departure from what they already knew. So I'll finish up here. So Paul's next base of operations was Ephesus in what is now southwestern Turkey. And it's sad to think that in Paul's letters, of the 7 letters he sent, I think it's 7 letters, ask if I'm correct, only one of those churches still stands, and that's the one in Rome. All the rest have been swallowed by Islam,
Right.
which
Right.
is really sad, and that's something I'd like to reverse. Um, but that's so the church in Ephesus existed prior to Paul's arrival, and Paul used Ephesus as a base of operations for his work to the west
Hmm.
as he moved in this direction. So yeah, I think we'll start to wind down here. Your thoughts, Oscar?
No, I mean, I don't really have anything else to add here, man. I just appreciate the opportunity to come on here and chit chat with you a little bit. And really, honestly, just look forward to continuing on with this. We're going to have some really cool things in the future. Um, we want you guys to interact with us. So whether it's Muslims, atheists, whatever, feel free to interact with us in the comment section. Either now in the live chat or later. That way, it kind of gives us an idea of some of the direction that we want to go, because we want to make sure that you're educated. We're giving you the information that you need, but we're also want to make sure that we keep it relevant um, to kind of the people who are watching us.
Hey, Clarity. Hey, welcome. So yeah, thank you guys very much for joining us. So we've got Islamic Clarity in the chat,
Yeah, what's up,
and
buddy?
uh, and Sneakers Corner. Thank you guys for joining us. Yeah, unfortunately, again, I must apologize. YouTube, for some reason, I set the start time for 8. Somehow in Europe, YouTube messes this up, at least on mine. And Thaddeus has seen this, and I showed it to Ask Truth earlier. Somehow YouTube, it said 8, but it somehow set the time for 9. So when I set it to 7, it then jumped to 8. But by that time it was 7:30, and yeah, so it confused the start time by an hour, and it does this sometimes, and it's yeah. So now next time I just need to set it for 1 hour prior to the start time, and hopefully that fixes it. So it's very confusing. So I wasn't planning to start at 9, but at 8, and I do apologize for those who missed the start. I really do apologize for that. So yeah, any
Well,
questions? Any last minute questions from you guys before we wrap up?
yeah, you just have to have us Americans set the time for you, man, because everything revolves around us. You know that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, the time was 1 hour later. It's yeah. My apologies. I only noticed a bit late that I did that. Um, Yeah, so William Munch, can you make a live stream about why Isa is not Jesus Christ, dismantling the Zakir lies? Yeah, I've discussed this at length on other channel, on Thaddeus' channel. We've discussed this. Yeah, Isa is the not the agnostic, the Gnostic Jesus, right? He's taken from multiple different sources, but you're looking at the infancy gospel of Thomas, and there's 2 different infancy gospels, but mainly he's drawn from those Gnostic gospels.